Below the surface, there lies a realm that is ruled by the fin. And if you could be one of them, fastest sharks on the planet. Join the frenzy at SeaWorld in summer 2016.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of Orlando SeaWorld Parks and Resorts, Donnie Mills.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome. I am Donnie Mills. I'm park president for SeaWorld Aquatica and Discovery Cove. And although I'm new to the position here in Orlando, I've been with this company for over 40 years. And in my travels, I've had the opportunity to participate in the launch of many new attractions, but none as interesting and as exciting as the coaster that we're sharing with you this morning. So we have a wonderful morning in store for you, and we are truly delighted that you're here. SeaWorld's known for immersing our guests in the sea through a variety of experiences. First and foremost, our inspiring shows, up-close zoological experiences, animal habitats, and thrilling rides. Our last major attraction here was Antarctica, Empire of the Penguin, which featured both a family-friendly ride as well as a world-class penguin habitat. More recently, earlier this year, we opened a new show, Sea Lion High, which has very quickly become a guest favorite. But for 2016, we're upping the thrills with a coaster that will literally have you on the edge of your seat. But will also bring awareness to some of the most mysterious creatures in the ocean. So summer of next year, we open Mako, a coaster inspired by one of the fastest species of shark. Mako's a hypercoaster, designed for speed and maximum airtime. It'll be the tallest, longest, fastest coaster in Orlando. That's good. That should get a round of applause. So more to come about that here in just a couple of minutes. But when you think about Mako and you think about the addition to SeaWorld, really what SeaWorld has at that time is a very strong thrill ride portfolio. We'll have 5 coasters, 3 that are thrill, but each are quite different from each other, and 2 family coasters. So if you think about it, your child's first coaster opportunity on Shamu Express, and then at a time later followed up with the exhilarating experience of a hypercoaster in Mako. That sounds pretty good. But we're not the only park that has exciting news. Our sister park in Tampa, Busch Gardens, which I've worked there twice in my career, also has a wonderful new attraction in 2016, which they're going to share and announce with you tomorrow. But this morning, we want to stay focused on the new thrills at SeaWorld. A coaster that will leave you feeling both breathless and weightless. Now, there's only one person. When I think about our company, I work with a lot of wonderful, talented people, but there's one person that I think is most appropriate to come up on stage and give you more information about this coaster from both a technical and a creative design and intent, and that's Brian Morrow. Brian is the Senior Director of Attraction Development and Design, and clearly one of the most creative people I've ever had the opportunity to work with. So please welcome to the platform my colleague and friend, Brian Morrow. Thank you.
All right, good morning. So this can be a little bit more lighthearted. This is an amazing attraction. It's supposed to be fun, okay? So you got a little taste of Mako there. That was a tiny taste. I'm going to give you a lot more information about this amazing ride. And most importantly, what will make it uniquely SeaWorld in the way that only we bring thrills, entertainment, and education to all of our guests. So we're going to get back to the ride in a second, but I want to talk about the bigger attraction overall. SeaWorld's not known for just doing a roller coaster. We are really known for taking guests to a place that they cannot go on their own. And Mako is going to be part of a larger experience where our guests will get to venture underwater into the realm of sharks. So I want to introduce you to the newest realm of SeaWorld Orlando, and it's all about sharks. So you'll recognize some of this space. We're really good at re-envisioning and reimagining what we do within our parks to make the parks new, relevant, and fresh, and a new experience for the guests every time they come. And this attraction is no different than our proven history of doing just that. This is all about sharks. It has a very distinct beginning, a very distinct end, and what makes it a realm? Well, it has all the components that make something distinctly SeaWorld, right? It's got an amazing animal habitat at Shark Encounter, one of the best restaurants in the theme park business, the Shark's Underwater Grill. It's got brand new retail experiences included in the realm, and it has, of course, the newest and most important part, Mako, the thrill attraction, which will be the apex coaster right here in SeaWorld Orlando. So we'll talk a little bit more about the realm, but let's get to the ride. So this is Mako. And what Mako is truly a pure coaster rider's ride. It is a hypercoaster in all essence, form, and style. And our company is really the best at scripting coasters, period. We're really known for it. We have highly repeatable, very unique, and unusual coaster concepts, scripts, and experiences. Mako's no different. Guests will take the point of view of the Mako, which is one of the fastest sharks in the ocean. And it likes to swim in open ocean, deep water, and it likes to go fast, and it likes to breach out of the water as well. Sounds like a hypercoaster to me. So that's exactly what this coaster will do. And it runs. We had to give Mako a lot of space, so it really fulfilled the needs of a hypercoaster experience, which is airtime, airtime, and airtime. And Mako will over-deliver on what we call relentless airtime. It will give and give and give. It's highly repeatable, unusual, guest need on a ride experience. So the facts, 200 feet tall. That's the top of the lift. First drop, 73 miles per hour. And how long is this experience? It's the longest in Orlando for a coaster. It is 4,760 feet long. That is nearly a mile of relentless coaster experience. But let's take a step back into the park and see how the other guests that aren't going to ride are going to see this experience, which is really what we're known for as well. So the new realm, which we call Shark Realm for today, it might change, but this new realm will really put a new face within the park, a new experience as our guests travel through these lands and realms within our theme park experience. Here it's all about sharks. This realm is really built by a bunch of sunken ships that have sort of fallen apart over the history of time, landed right here, and the sea has taken them back to call their own. Corals have grown on the ship ribs. From that come the prey fish to live in the coral reef, and that brings the sharks. So the guests will actually explore this shipwrecked reef and move through the space and see lots of sharks, and most importantly, learn about what it means for sharks in the wild, sharks here at SeaWorld, and most importantly, what our guests can do that day to make a change to help sharks in the wild. This sort of like changing of perspective and learning is really the power that our company brings to the whole global world to help the planet. And also important, they're going to start learning right away. We see a kid and a mom down here in the bottom. It's right there at the entrance. The learning starts immediately for those riders that aren't going to ride. But let's take a few more steps inside and see what else we got. Alright, so deeper in the realm, it becomes very quintessential SeaWorld. We are known for our coasters appearing to have been built and the park built around them. We are experts in integration of rides and non-rider experiences, the best I believe, and this is no different at Mako. This is a point of view that a rider would have riding the ride as it skims over the lake of SeaWorld. That's the center lake in the middle of the park, and seeing the ride attraction entrance there. You'll see all the non-riders standing along the pathway, experiencing the ride as it moves around them. It's a very unique area of the project. We call it the Ride Plaza. But we'll take one more step in further. I'll tell you a little bit more. So here at the attraction entrance is really a signature moment for Mako. Everybody loves the wing dip at Manta, I know. Mako is doing its own thing. Mako, because it's a shark and it's on the hunt, is going to crash through this shipwreck and scatter all the prey fish, and the guests will be part of that experience as they're standing in the plaza. Through lighting and an original created score that will actually follow the coaster as it circles the guests in the plaza of the park, like a shark swimming around you. It's going to be really cool. And then, of course, the ride entry itself. So, anybody want to go on a ride on Mako? Yes? 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 Let's go take a look. We have a point of view. So this is front seat of the ride, and it'll kind of give you the full ride experience. And we're not talking about the station today. We got some tricks up our sleeves for the station. We'll get to that at another event. But leaving the station, The music of Mako and the sound of Mako will follow you up the lift as it builds the anticipation of what it means to go right up 200 feet in the air to the top of this attraction. Now, it looks like a nice easy journey, but right about here, you're now taller than Kraken. And Mako doesn't care about Kraken. This is the supreme apex coaster in the ocean. Kraken doesn't matter. Your heart rate starts to go right here. You're starting to breathe. You're starting to get excited as we start to see this first drop come into view. Make the turn here, and it's nothing but 200 feet of air between you and the ground. Down we go, 73 miles per hour. And we make our first big turn, which we call the hammerhead. Make the turn, and we start our first run of airtime. So this is a long international drive. We start to get all this, pick up all this speed. Perfect parabola curve here for the expert airtime experience. Down we go, and we make our big turnaround. Now about right here, we've traveled all the way to Aquatica, basically. Back into the SeaWorld, up we go, and the cadence starts to pick up. So it's airtime after airtime after airtime. We're almost halfway. And here we go. So we make the final turn, now facing back towards the park. More airtime. It never ends. It's relentless. And we start to make our final dive back into the park. So we'll have one more nice little big old hop here. And right now is where the ride starts to come into view and surprise all the guests within the park itself. Crashing through the sign, up around the riders down below, over the water as the music and score surrounds the riders, and back into the station out of view of the guests. Much like a shark, stalking and hunting its prey, it comes out of nowhere and surrounds our guests here at SeaWorld. So that's all we have to share with you inside, but we got a lot more planned for you. So now's your chance to be a guest. You're actually going to leave this environment and move outside into the new realm of the park. We've got the large-scale format renderings that you just saw. Those denote locations that you can go do interviews with myself. We also have a member from ACE here, and he's going to talk all about why hypercoasters are amazing and why it makes a lot of sense here at SeaWorld Orlando and what kind of experience guests can have on a hypercoaster. And then also talk to some of our shark experts. We're really known for zoological care and world-class care of our animals. Sharks are no different. And you can learn about sharks in the wild, sharks here at SeaWorld, and what you're going to do as a guest to make a better place for sharks in the ocean. And then for those that really are brave and you sign the waiver, you're going to go 200 feet in the air in a crane with Mike Denninger. He's our corporate director of ride engineering, and Mike works hand in hand with Walter over the table, at a desk, and on the phone designing this ride specifically for SeaWorld Orlando to position itself as the best coaster experience inside of Orlando. So it's Mako. It's 200 feet tall, 73 miles per hour, 4,760 feet long, and it will be the apex attraction right here at SeaWorld Orlando in 2016 for the Summer of Thrills here at SeaWorld. All right? So as you exit, your guides will take you around the realm, and you're going to actually be listening to the beginnings of the original music of Mako and the shark realm here at SeaWorld. So enjoy, listen, and go explore. We'll see you outside. Bye, guys.